Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 6. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Listen, y'all, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I'm going to do the best that I can do. So happy holidays to all of you that are listening, and I am thankful for each and every one of you and all your support as you listen to the foolishness that is Married at First Sight. Now, what I will say is this season's honeymoons were probably worse than Nashville. And I didn't even think that could be possible. But y'all, here we go. So when the episode first opens up, David is hanging out with Juan. Okay, at least one person is hanging out with David. Child, at least he's finally finding a way to make the best of it, child. Emem and Ikechi. So they're having drinks on the balcony as homies. And then she cheers to intimacy. She says that he knows her cues and creates a safe space. Of course, the homie always gonna look out for you. A homie always looks out for another homie. But what intimacy? Girl, the way that you were begging in this episode like Keith Sweat, baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging, begging, begging. And the way that he was ignoring you because he was acting like you weren't even there. Nobody. That's exactly who he was acting like you were. No damn body. Moving forward. So he asked what made her happy, and she said her business. He said what makes him happy is being around family, and his brother just had a baby, and that makes him happy. She said, well, do you want kids? He does. He said he ended up not dating this girl, or he ended dating her because she did not want kids. Now, she didn't sound too sure that she wanted children, but she's open to it. So then they started talking about how he envisions them having a girl and how the girl is going to like sucker him out of things. Child, anyway, now I can see him being a girl dad, but girl, you will not be the mama. You are not the mother. Ah! Somebody cue Maury and them in the cameraman, honey, as she runs off stage, because you are definitely not going to be the mother of this man's children. I don't see any sexual chemistry between these two, even through the screen. Girl, you got to work on your sex appeal. I don't know, honey. It's not giving sexy. It's giving homie. Camille and Thomas. So they're taking a dance class. These two have definitely been taking advantage of the honeymoon excursions. And no Married at First Sight season would be complete without a salsa dancing class. Do y'all remember when Vincent was pissed at Brianna when they went to that salsa dancing class? Season 12. And don't forget season 13 when Michaela lost her damn mind. So, I mean, so far, so good. Both of them are acting like they have some sense. So there's that. Because, child, in the past, it has been a mess. Okay? A full-on mess. Thomas, you do have 2 left feet, but the effort is there. The poor man was stiff as a board. I said, oh, child, light as a feather, stiff as a board. This is just awful. Now, I do like these two as a couple so far, but we shall see. David and Meanie Michelle. Child just decided to go ahead and change her name because she act like she don't have no sense each and every episode. So they're out sitting by the beach. Why? I don't know, because I wouldn't even sit near her. But that's just me. Because let me tell you something. One thing I don't like is to feel like I'm an inconvenience. So if you at any point make me feel like a gnat, you ain't going to have to swat me because you ain't going to be able to find me. There will be no way that I would be next to Michelle. But like I said, that's just me. And probably y'all too. So he's asking what more can he do? David, how many more times are you going to ask this question? There is nothing that you can do besides getting out that damn basement and getting out her damn face. She doesn't like you. And I can venture to bet that even if he never told her that he lived in the basement, she still wouldn't like him. I don't think that she's attracted to David. Let's just take away the basement, take away the cigarettes, take away the third shift, take away the gym, take away the side eye I'm giving him about that ponytail. If you took away all of that, she still would not like him. Just point blank in the period. So now she done manipulated this man into believing that he's been talking at her. This is a sick, sad shame. Do you hear me? He was like, yeah, I know you said I talk at you. I'm really going to try to change that. I understand that. How do you understand something that you're not doing? See, this is why it's so dangerous to get involved with a person who berates and belittles you and offers you little to no emotional support, because then you start to believe their lies. This woman has somehow convinced him that he speaks at her when he does not. So then he's like, so are there any positive? Now she claims that there has been positive, although she moves a little bit slower. Okay, girl, it's giving the tortoise and the hare. You know, the hare, because he liked to wear his hair. Boom, boom, shh. And that is my dad joke of the day, honey. But no, seriously, girl, you and this tortoise behavior, Michelle really thinks that she's a hot commodity. That's what's really pissing me off. Her and Madison. They really think that they are hot items, ma'am. It's really not that. It's really not giving that. I know you don't. I know you think so, but it is not. He just prefers women that look like you. But best believe, if you weren't his preference, he would be ignoring you as well. Moving forward. Now, she finally allowed him to do an activity with her. So there's that. When I tell y'all, when they got in that water, I would have kept swimming until I got back to Chicago if I were David. Ain't no way I'd be on no paddleboard with her. Child, I wouldn't even care. Carla and Juan. So they're having a romantic dinner. And Juan wants to do a little two-step. So they two-step a little bit and they sit down to eat. So they're talking about enjoying themselves. And Juan is telling her how he had a good time with David and they had a moment. So then Carla says, well, I took a minute by myself and, I just had to get away because everybody's energy is so heavy. It's not light. Now, listen, normally I do not agree with Carla, but everybody's energy on this honeymoon is heavy. Okay, so her sucking up all that negative energy, she is absolutely right. Everybody got issues. This man tells her, oh, I forgot all about you. I forgot that you were even there. I was having such a good time with David. Now, why would you even say that? Wancho, why would you say that? Nobody wants to hear, oh, I forgot about you. I forgot you was there. Child, I wish my husband would tell me he forgot I was there. Absolutely not. Carla gonna use her energy and her crystals to have you sleeping on that couch tonight. You gonna forget you on that honeymoon because you're gonna be in the damn doghouse. Day 8 of marriage, Thomas and Camille. So he can barely see. So he's hitting his head all on the lamps over the bed and whatnot. So she's going to choose an outfit for her to wear for the day. Now, I thought it was so cute when he said to her, you want to pick out my outfit? I said, oh, he want to match. Oh, that's so cute. Then Camille is saying in her confessional that they've had some good times, but she's still trying to figure out the physical part because she's used to guys that are a little bit more R&B. Girl, a little bit more R&B. Okay, Thomas, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You need to bust the move because I think Camille wants you to take charge. She's saying you're giving in sync and she wants more Jodeci. Okay, that's what she wants. She wants you to be more Jodeci and you giving very much Justin Timberlake in them. And she don't want that. Moving forward. Basically, he's a little bit too square for Camille. But Camille, honey, you got to forget about the around the way dudes that you dated in the past. Because did any of them offer you a ring? Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this show. You say what now? Oh, they didn't? Oh, okay. Carla and Juan. So, baby, she's still mad about Juan being in love with David and taking him on a spa day when she was by herself trying to get rid of all that negative energy everybody bringing around. And she made him fend for himself. Now, she had promised to put his clothes in the bag with hers. But once she found out that he forgot about her, she forgot about his clothes and decided to make him find his own bag. And so that's why we saw him walking around with that clear bag, that trash bag, because she was like, look, you will not put your clothes in with mine. Put them in with David's. Carla, I totally feel why you were upset. I do. But at the same damn time, girl, talk to him. Tell him you done piss me off. Juan, don't piss me off. Just tell him. Because you walking around making him carry his clothes around in a trash bag, that's not going to go over well. Madison and Alan. So they're going to what he called a ritual. No, thank you, Alan. Not a ritual. Baby, don't call nothing you going to with me no ritual. Absolutely not. So there are 2 spiritual guides there, and they start by cleansing their bodies of bad energy. So the spiritual healer gives Alan this water to pour over Madison to cleanse her, But baby, the way that he dumped that water over her head like she was in a carnival dunking booth, when I tell y'all I screamed. She was so wet. She was so wet when Alan got through with her. She was just all wet up. I said, oh, child, he got her soaking wet. This is a fool. So anywho, then they do some slow breathing to forget about everything. So the spiritual guide told Alan to get out of his head, and Madison, she needs to connect and work on trust. And that Alan talks a little bit too much. I said, baby, not the experts told her what to say. Okay. Because it sounds just like something that came from Dr. Pepper's. She told Alan that he needs to learn to hush. Okay, just be quiet a little bit. She told him that Madison does not say certain things because he overthinks exactly what it is that she says. Now, Madison is still uninterested, in my opinion. I don't care how much water you douse her with. She's in her head, too. It's not just him. And this has Carla written all over it. It's right up her alley. But right now, she's busy being petty and seeking revenge against Juan, so she don't care nothing about it. Michelle and David. So they're going for a sushi making class. Michelle was nicer to the teacher than she's been to her own husband. I was so annoyed. I was like, first of all, I don't like the fact that y'all fingering his food. Ain't nobody washed their hands, not once. There was no hand sanitizer passed around or nothing. I don't like people playing in my food. And it was just disgusting all the way around. Here go Michelle acting like he's doing something wrong and she's so cultured. He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy, but I guess at least he's trying. Girl, please shut up. Just shut up. Okay, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And y'all stop panning over there to her. Don't give her no solo confessionals. We don't give a damn. Let her say whatever it is she's going to say in the scene and go away. So as they sit down to try what they made, she decides to pick him apart some more. She said, do you usually cuss a lot? He said, yeah, I do. She said, okay, you might want to reel it in. I was like, does he? Because I haven't heard him say a cuss word yet. But this is Lifetime and maybe that's not being shown to us. But I can just hear her now. Language. Girl, he's not 2. After that, they started talking about their families and she actually opened up. I was shocked. I said, girl, not you speaking to him. You still ain't looking at him, but at least you're speaking to him. That dinner was like a bad blind date. David was forcing smiles and I realized he had dimples. I was like, oh, those are cute. Michelle was sitting there looking like Michelle. And I was so annoyed. Carla and Juan. So she's still mad. Girl, he misspoke. Just tell him how you feel so y'all can move forward. They're taking pictures, but she's definitely not feeling it. Juan and Carla do look so nice together, I must say. But that's where it ends. I don't see anything else with the two of them. I really don't. I do like this photo shoot idea. I just wouldn't want to be drowning to get the shot. I'm not willing to drown to get the shot. I'm sorry. I'm just not. They're trying to do all these America's Next Top Model poses, and it's giving very much Tyra in them. They're trying to get this shot, but Carla cannot quite get it. She can't hold her breath. She was over it by the 3rd try. And I was just thinking maybe y'all should switch places. I think maybe Juan should have been underneath the water and she should have been on top. But I guess they were doing this whole mermaid thing. I don't know what was going on, child. It was a mess. Now, I do like how Juan tried to coach her through it and support her not wanting to continue. Now, after she noticed that he was slowly starting to show her some attention, then she was ready to keep going and she wasn't as upset. And I was just like, thank goodness, because she is wearing me thin behind you saying you forgot her. Please don't ever say that again. Emem and Ikechi. So they're color coordinating and whatnot, and they're having dinner. As soon as they sit down, here he go. He starts with his new script. Tell me how you like to be loved. Sir, let us order drinks first. I was like, ugh. It's just everything he says makes me want to throw up, honey. I just want to upchuck because I know it's a damn lie. Tell me how you want to be loved. As soon as you see them cameras, here you go. So she says she likes physical touch and hand holding. Meanwhile, his hands are folded in his damn lap. I said, this is a mess. And things like that. That's what she likes. He asked if she's ever been in love. She says, yes, I was with my ex-fiance, but it kind of just fizzled out. He says that he's been in love as well. And he would like to get back to that place. He doesn't know if it could happen, but he would like for it to happen. He told her that looking at his brother and his sister-in-law, that's the kind of love that he wants. People come to their house just to be around them. So then Emem says, well, I'm the hostess with the mostest. He says, so you like holidays? She said, yeah, because I like to eat. I love Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mama like to eat, honey. And when Christmas comes around, Jesus is the reason for the season. And so, yeah, that's basically why I like the holidays. Now, I don't know. I just don't get the feels. This just does not feel organic. Emem seems awkward. He seems to be playing a role. It's just a lie. All of it is just a lie. Thomas and Camille. So we see Thomas on a video cam. And most times when they have a personal video cam, it's something serious. So he's telling us that Camille told him that he's not the kind of guy that she normally dates. She's been more around the black culture. And he said he's heard that before, but it kind of hurt his feelings and made him feel like he wasn't good enough for her because marriage is serious and he doesn't really want to be in his feelings. But why would you say that? Well, Camille, his brother told you that he does not take criticism well. He told you. Maybe he feels like she's saying he's not black enough. Okay, he's black, but not black, y'all. Blackity black, but black, y'all. He ain't that black. Camille, let me find out you're used to a rough neck. Okay, MC Light. Gotta watch up, gotta get a rough neck. Oh, child, I need it in the morning, so I gotta get a rough neck. Baby, this is a mess. These honeymoons are as painful as this toothache I have, child. This is a mess. Emem and Ikechi. So they're getting ready for bed, and she's telling him that she loves that he listens to her because she talks a lot. He said, oh, yeah. He didn't even respond with so much as a thank you. He responds saying, oh, I can't wait to go to sleep. This man does not like this woman at all. Girl, abort mission. He's rude as hell. He didn't even say thank you to the server who brought out the food. He didn't say thank you for setting up that special breakfast. He didn't say thank you for realizing that he's supporting you. He just never says thank you. So she's trying to entice him by sucking on a honey pack. This man turned around and said, hit the lights, rolls over to go to sleep and proceeds to be the little spoon. I said, baby, I done seen it all. Emem, nah, girl, it's embarrassing at this point. Nothing you do gets his motor running. That's how you knew he was lying, talking about, I can't wait till we get the moment till we could duck off. Every time he gets in front of someone, he gets to acting. And he does not like this woman like that. This proves it. What man see you sucking on a honey pack and says, hey, you mind hitting them lights, homie? Oh, child. And Katie acting like he in cell block 4. Do you hear me? Carla and Juan. So he's calling her out on her passive aggressive behavior, as he should. But he did realize that he could have said what he said better. Yes, you could have. So I'm glad that you're realizing that. He wants her to use her words. She said, yeah, I'm going to work on it. I'm glad he called her out on that. Girl, talk to him. Just talk to him. Then they started talking about, the shared apartment. And she told him when she gets home, she usually needs 30 minutes to decompress. Girl, that's how I feel when my son go to sleep. You better not have no kids. You ain't going to never decompress. You're going to be compressed all day, every damn day. Okay. And you will get overstimulated easily if you need 30 minutes to decompress after a long day. Girl, that ain't gonna work. Juan is trying to figure out if he needs to send a text or just wave when she gets home. Like, what do you want me to do? Carla is not ready for marriage. Y'all remember last season when Michael's wife needed to stay at her own apartment after the honeymoon because she needed to decompress, and we see how that turned out. Camille and Thomas. So he's telling her how he had trouble growing up when people thought that he wasn't black enough, but it did give him empathy for others because not everyone grew up the same. But he said that he isn't going to stop being him and he doesn't have to pick a side. He loves who he is. And I just want to say this. It's not about picking a side, but if I quote an episode of Martin, I want you to be able to kiki with me. Okay, if I say bruh man from the fifth floor, I want you to be able to identify with that. And I think that Camille just finds him a square. I don't even think it's anything to do with you're not black enough. She just thinks you're a square. You wear your khakis and that's just that on that. But Camille, girl, at this age, honey, we want a nice man who gonna take care of home, who gonna take care of us. He's not a bad looking guy. He look a little sleepy, but he's clearly awake. So as long as he's doing the things that really matter and his core values, as you continue to say, align with yours, let's throw that damn swag out the window. Okay, we don't need the swag. Let's let it go. Now, they definitely grew up on 2 different ways on 2 different sides of town. I hope they can make it through it. In the next scene, all the couples are meeting for dinner. Child, I forgot all about Madison and Alan. I ain't said nothing about them all episode. Child, I forgot about them like Juan forgot about Carla. This is a mess. So the honeymoons are almost over and they're talking about how they feel so far. Camille is saying that their core values are the same and, they're going to have to get used to each other. Madison starts talking about the fact that she doesn't want a person to change for her. Girl, yes, you do. The end of this episode clearly shows that. She's like, but, I'm ready to get back to the real, get back to Chicago, to a more realistic environment. So then Alan says that he's always been judged, but Madison is very good at censoring him and telling him to slow down with all that talking he likes to do. Oh, I feel bad for Alan. I really do. Child. Juan is telling them about the photo shoot that he and Carla had and how it was a test of their relationship. And then they go to Emem and Ikechi. And when it was Emem and Ikechi's turn, here he go, talking about, I just want to thank you for being you. I want to thank you for supporting me. I leave y'all and I'll be ready to go back to my wife. And the Oscar goes to Ikechi. Come on down. Child, you chose to wait until you had an audience to start with all that thank you. Anyway, I thank you. You're the air I breathe, the snore I snore at night. Boy, gone. I'm not the slightest bit entertained, and I'm not the slightest bit convinced that anything you say is real. Is Ikechi even your real damn name? I don't trust nothing about you. Okay. She was talking to you last night and all you had to say was, oh yeah, turn that light off. So now all of a sudden you want to sit in front of the other couples and tell her how much you want to thank her. Okay. So then they talk about what they're looking forward to. Michelle says she's looking forward to routine and normalcy. And I'm looking forward to you getting off my screen. That's what I'm looking forward to, you little meanie. So then David says, what more do you guys need? What do you need more and less of? David. Don't ask one more time, separately or in a group setting, what someone needs more of or less of. Just stop it. Juan said, well, I feel like that's something that we'll answer in Chicago. Because when I get home, I'm kind of like on military time. I'm about my business. Okay, I'm having fun here. But when I get home, I'm really like I'm on go. I get up at 5 a.m. I do my workouts. I run my business. And I'm looking for a woman that's a boss. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, Juan, that Carla is not looking to be a boss. She's looking to be a Barbie. She wants to stay at home and take care of those kids that are going to overstimulate her. And as soon as you walk through the doggone door, she's going to need 30 minutes to decompress. That's what Carla wants to do. And that's just that on that. So then here go Michelle. Talking about, I just need to give myself more grace because it's not the marriage that I envisioned. And I really appreciate him for putting up with me. No, ma'am, you need to give your husband more grace. I think you've had quite enough grace. And why do you take every opportunity to let him know that you hate his guts? Even amongst mixed company, you must let him know. Why is that? Say what? Okay, girl, because we don't care. We really don't. He knows it's not what you envisioned. You've told him every single day of the honeymoon. So then Ikechi said, his job is already calling him. So it's going to be interesting to get into the day-to-day with Emem. And she's like, well, I have a work schedule too. I'm sure she understands work demands as a nurse practitioner. She got it. He already trying to set up so she does not expect too much. Listen, I got to work. So I told you at the honeymoon, so you should know. Moving forward. So now dinner is over. Camille and Thomas get back to the room, right? So Thomas asks to go in first because he's sweating. He's like, I'm a little sweaty. Let me just go in first. Baby, he trying to get that lingerie. Okay, he trying to see her in that lingerie. He went in there and put the rose petals on the bed, trying to recreate the suite that they had when they first got married. Oh, Camille, chamomile tea is trying. Y'all, this lady walked in and said, oh, this is cute. Gave him a hug, went in there and put on a purple sleep t-shirt. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Camille is friend zoning him, and she told him basically she is not ready to wear that lingerie. Camille, I wear what you have on along with some Chucks down to the grocery store. The man didn't even get a kiss. Oh, wait, she is not feeling that lack of seasoning. You're going to have to get you a little Zatarans or some Tony Chachere's or something. You're going to have to do something, Thomas. It's giving sleepy, and she don't like all that sleepy stuff. You're going to have to wake it up. Okay? Wake it up. Moving forward. So, child, it's time to go back to Chicago to the shared apartments. Everybody's packing up. Michelle cannot wait to get back to terrorize David in Chicago. So they're talking, and he's telling her with his shifts, he's probably going to be out late, and, he's going to try to make his way into the bed after he gets home. Well, baby, what'd he say that for? Here go this heifer. Yeah, slow down, low down. Okay? You're not sleeping in the same bed with me. He said, may I ask why? She said, because I'm not really feeling connected to you. So I don't want to share a bed. I just don't. They can go ahead and let her go. Please go ahead and let her out of her contract. There is no sense in prolonging the inevitable. They don't like each other. Well, she doesn't like him. Girl, he can't even share a bed. He doesn't have to touch you. But see, they always set up the shared apartments with at least 2 bedrooms. Ryan was sleeping in another bedroom and Brett was on the other side. Then you had Alyssa, who didn't even move into the apartment. Poor Chris. He didn't stand a chance. At least he left with some self-dignity. And then you had Haley and Jacob. The damn dogs were fighting. Jacob and Haley were fighting. They were fighting the 80s. It's just so much going on, child. It's just so much going on. Please, when you get back to Chicago, please leave. Madison and Alan. So he's telling her that he had a rough morning. One of his close friends passed away. And I am so sorry, Alan. My condolences to you. So he's thanking Madison for being there for him. And then they start talking about them living together and getting into a routine. She's worried she'll get annoyed by the little things. Girl, you're already annoyed by the little things. They seem like their lifestyles fit, she said, but she doesn't know if they actually will. Let me just say this. Everyone just needs to stop talking about it. Just stop it. And let's get on the plane so we can get back to Chi-Town. Don't talk about it. Let's just see. All right. So now it's time to actually get on the plane and head back to Chicago. They do a last honeymoon group toast and it's time to board the plane. Michelle said, everybody is apprehensive, but they're kind of pushing it down. And maybe I should do that as well. Yeah, you should. You should zip it up. You talk too much about the wrong thing. She even found a way not to sit next to the man on the plane. Just pathetic. Girl, y'all remember when Haley did that to Jacob on season 12? Baby, she said, I am not sitting by Jacob. I don't like him. I don't damn like him. Listen, at this point, I want to hear nothing more from Meanie Michelle. I don't want to hear nothing else. I really don't. Moving forward. So they get to the shared apartments. Beautiful views. Everything looks lovely. Camille and Thomas. Camille, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Why y'all get in the tub with them same shoes that y'all just walked through the nasty airport in? You sure you're in tune with us? Because, baby, we don't play that. Not getting in no tub with your outside shoes on. That was disgusting. I don't even think there's an amount of bleach that could help that tub at this point. I cannot believe y'all did that. Do you know what is tracked in the house underneath your shoes? That is disgusting. Emem and Ikechi. So she's asking him about her dog being around. He don't even want to walk the dog. I'm like, this is just a mess. He said it's going to be an interesting adjustment. So they're discussing the difficulties that could arise. And she said that, you never know a person until you live with them. Well, ain't that the truth? Madison and Alan. So they're getting settled in. They're having some wine. She tells Alan what she prefers in a partner. What she prefers is someone who goes to the gym and takes care of themselves. Oh, okay. So you prefer David. And why would you tell this man this as though he doesn't take care of himself? How do you know where he started? You don't, do you? Okay. He says, I go to the gym, but, not often. But I also do like manual labor. And then she brings up him wearing those food groups. She don't like that. Take your bananas, your pears, your broccoli, and your pineapples and keep them to your damn self. She does not want to see the food groups on your drawers. She don't like it. Madison, ma'am, you want to change everything about him. Basically, what you said at the table at the honeymoon was some BS, because you do, in fact, want to change him. Basically, she doesn't like your physique or the way you dress. I feel so bad for him. I really do. You handled it like a champ. But Madison, you're about as insufferable as that other M heifer. The M's are getting on my nerves. Don't y'all piss me off. Camille and Thomas. So they're talking and she's asking if he's freaking out. And he said he's oddly comfortable. Well, she freaking out, but she gonna act like she's not. He told her, don't be afraid to tell him things. He may get sensitive, but it's okay. Just tell him. And I'm glad that they're actually talking about them getting real, because tiptoeing around it, that's not going to work. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be a Madison. You don't have to be a Michelle, but you do have to be a Camille and tell him what you need, because it's not fair to make him think you want one thing and you don't. Madison and Alan. 3 hours later. So, baby, we see her tell him that she'll text him later. He's home in the hot tub, and on the first night, she's out at happy hour. Oh, baby, it's over. It's over. I don't know what she doing, what happy hour she at, but she is not ready for a marriage. She doesn't like Alan. She doesn't like anything about him. She's gonna say no on decision day if they even make it there. Because based on the previews, Michelle says, "Oh, David, so why don't you just go be with my friend then?" I don't know if that friend is Madison or not, but we shall see. And then Carla says something interesting like, "Well, I would never come in between someone's marriage. I wouldn't do that. So I don't know who it is, child. But we're going to get down to the bottom of it." And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. It wasn't much to it. This honeymoon sucked. It was basically, what are we going to do when we get back to Chicago? What can you guys get more of? What can I do more of? I don't like him. I don't like her. Oh my God, he's a square. Oh my gosh, she's a lame. None of y'all like each other. Experts, you failed again. Y'all comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Have a happy holiday, whatever that means to you. Enjoy yourself. Don't stress yourself. And I will see you back here next week. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.